Hello everybody and welcome to part 2 of The Wizards by Carbon Studio. VR game using the Oculus Touch and Oculus Rift. I think my intro got cut off on part 1, but we're just going to get right back into it. I've already done about 4 hours in the game. I'm going to select the profile and continue on where we were. A couple of thoughts I had on the game while it's loading. I really like it. Coming from, I play the Unspoken semi-professionally. Because this isn't a PvP shooter, it's a PvE, PvP magic casting game instead of a player versus player magic casting game. Some of the targeting with like fireballs aren't as tight and they don't home in, but you also have to like do motions to cast those in the shields instead of just pressing a button because you have to have less twitch reactions to things. I like a lot of the interactive stuff. The look of the game is great. I'm just going to go on to the next level that I haven't done. Actually, I might revisit one that we've done before. Just with the harder difficulty to try and get more upgrades. And to look for stuff that we've been missing throughout the game with the destructible environment stuff. But that charged up fireball, it's not bad. They go fairly where you want them to go, but I like the down summon fireball. I really like the ones that are showing up on my wrist here. I just realized that when you pull the bow, it's got these 5 little shards here that tell you how many shots you have left. 2, 1, and there's the 1 left. And then the bow's done. I got the smoke upgrade on that, so they show up in weird places. Look around, see if anything's changed. I did change some graphic settings, so it should look a little nicer. And this game's pretty good about not dropping the frame rate, so even though I have the graphics cranked, it looks beautiful. I mean, this is great. These, I think the doors should stay where you leave them open.
The path leads upwards. This would be quite a climb if you had to go on foot rather than...
Like the electricity, you can hit and then whirl things and mess with them. Climb up like a mountain goat. Make sure we don't miss anything now. And we're gonna run into guys.
Be on the lookout for more ambushes. These caverns probably hide more of them than we can imagine.
I just like breaking walls. Kind of fun. And again, more guys.
They just can't get enough of you, can they? Stuff some fireballs in their faces.
Yep. Oh gosh, you can... Whee! See, they should home in a lot. Like that attack was back right at him. That fireball. It does go right at him. It just doesn't have the same loft that the Unspoken does. And these things, I got to look for. So that's like a third. Make sure we find all of those. And that's the direction we come back from. make sure we check everything. Can I lift, not lift that because it uses the gate thing. Also noticed a couple places that we can get to that we shouldn't be able to get to. Alright. Okay. And then blocked here. We're gonna go over here. 3, 4, 5. Fireball. It's not a fireball, it's a fireball. I forget what that's called. It's like a grenade. Hits everything. And it sort of breaks that more, I don't know. And then they teach us how to move the carts.
Hit the cart with a spell.
I had run into a bug where if you go down that way, the wall comes up that looks like that a little too early before you've gotten a chance to go through there. We come back this way. We're gonna have some combat up ahead. Because those little things can show up pretty much anywhere. I do love the destructible physics in this game. And we get some combat. Oh god! He just pops out of nowhere. I forget about him. You die! You die! Watch out for people. Hey, lightning, everybody dies. I'm not really worried about my score too much, even though I do have the 2 times the multiplier on, which speeds up the enemies and gives them makes them harder to kill. More focused on working through shit like this. Here's something up there. I think I should rely on audio cues to find those little red orb fragments. That's the other thing, the fireball doesn't come up so easy. Really wish the fireball and the shield were just like a button press like on the Unspoken, and then everything else was like a gesture. Like this for the bow is great. I like that. Although I don't like how slow you move with the bow. You should be able to sort of, what if you can run with the bow? Nope. I love that the gloves creak. I don't like how stuff doesn't really go where you look. That's just nitpicking. It makes it harder than it... I mean, it does increase the difficulty. It makes it... But fireball... I mean, it sort of goes where you want it. But a little too literal, not too lofty. I still love this game though. I mean, for a single player game, this is great. Touch up the feel. Goblin just got decimated.
Every now and then I feel bad for the brute folk you're fighting, but it's not like you're going after them without provocation.
That's a big bottle.
War is war. No one invited them to bash Meliodan's skulls.
Yep. Murphy. Oh yeah. Oh. Where's that go? No, oh no, it's there now. Oh, I did go down. Okay. If I remember correctly, yeah, there's the other one. So that's 2/3. I gotta keep a keen out for the last third of that. Oh, it's not gonna be here. Alright, this there. That's gonna open. Hey, that's that other statue.
I'm not saying this cannon is suggestively placed in your path, but it is.
Obvious cannon is obvious. And they're trying to teach you to blow holes in the... Alright.
Mortars can't be a safe mining tool. No wonder the mines collapsed.
Alright. Did I come from there? I did. That's why it's red, okay. These ropes are freaking out. Just checking everything. Oh, you can teleport here. This giant hole in the ground. Can't really see. Ah. That's where I knocked that thing off of.
Charge this mortar with lightning.
Yeah. Good luck with that.